But since we mentioned Apple.
Yeah, let's talk about that call that you were just mentioning, right? And it's coming to us from Morgan Stanley, which is picking out 5 catalysts here, rising subscription offerings, one of them that could drive the tech giant's next big bull case. Again, this take from Morgan Stanley analyst Eric Woodring. And he also citing re-accelerating iPhone and services growth here in this call. Overweight call, $180 price target. And I'm looking through here what he calls the 5 underappreciated catalysts. One of them, he says, pent-up iPhone demand should fuel above consensus shipment re-acceleration in the fiscal year. So interesting there, because there has been, not doom and gloom, but certainly a little bit of caution around demand for this latest cycle of the iPhones.
Right, and just people trying to figure out, okay, not just the pricing mechanisms or the strategy that Apple is going to roll out and what the future iterations of the technology will hold for the device that is practically at your right or left side on your hip at pretty much any time of the day, but also even in the different regions where Apple is going to be trying to make sure that they're staying in the hands and the minds of consumers. Think about particularly China and the number of consumers that could potentially be saying, you know what, with some of the stimulus that's getting rolled out in the reinvigoration of that economy post zero COVID policy, what that could actually translate into some gains for Apple, potentially on the product front. But then for us other consumers who I just need to get my screen fixed at the end of the day, I think that's where you have more of a propensity, or have seen more of the users hold on to that device for a little bit longer, at least on this scale that we're in the midst of right now.
Yeah, and so some of the other things that the Eric Woodring is talking about here: record installed base growth, a re-acceleration in App Store, easing currency pressures, pricing increases across services will return services to double-digit revenue growth in fiscal 23 and 24. So I guess that's catalyst number 2, is re-acceleration in services to double-digit revenue growth. So interesting here when we're looking at the case here for what Apple could do.
Yeah, indeed. And Apple more broadly here on the broader Wall Street equation here, 36 buys, 8 holds, only 2 sells among some of the analysts that are tracked by Bloomberg here. So still a lot of positivity on the street for AAPL.